Oi oi everyone, how are we doing today? I'm back again for tier number 1, round number 8 of Marina Bay today, known as Singapore. We could get a hint and a glimpse of rain, no one knows, but we'll see what happens and make sure to stay tuned for that one. Phantom, hello, and Minico as well, hello, how are you guys doing today? Hope you're all doing amazing. So, like we always do, let's have a quick chat about the good old track of Singapore. So, as some of you guys will know, it's quite a tricky circuit, to be honest. What can I say about it? Well, obviously, first off, it's a street circuit, which is not very surprising at all, as you can tell it's a street circuit. And your probably trickiest part of the track is probably going to be down in Sector 3 in turns 16, 17, 18, 19, and maybe 20 and 21. You know, you got some left-handers, right-handers, like constantly on you, like literally 24/7. So many bends, tricky hairpin section, which some drivers shouldn't really struggle with. But yeah, you've got a total of 23 turns, and surprisingly, which is quite fun as well, you've got 3 DRS zones. Obviously, your first one is on to the approach of turn number 4, and then the wing opens wide open on turn number 5, and then closes at turn number 7. Then your wing once again opens or gets detected around like turn number 12. And then 13, your wing opens once again, and then closes at turn 14, and then it opens one more time when you leave at turn 23 on to the approach down to turn number 1. So, yeah, your main overtaking opportunities is probably going to be in Sector 1 down to Sector 2, and then maybe a cheeky dive bomb or overtake down to number 10, 13, up to 14 maybe. And maybe on the start and finish straight, if you guys are close enough and get a decent exit, I will say. But no, that's it with the track. How is everyone doing today? I said that's it with the track, but if you guys don't know, we've got a short qualifying, which is around about 18 to 17 minutes. And then it's 31 laps around this tricky street circuit, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's that done and dusted with. We'll have a chat about Belgium, which is going to be next weekend, around about March the 10th. But of course, all tiers do that, so we'll be doing the race. Let me think. Let me use my brain here, which can be quite a scary feature. So tier 1 will be racing on. Let me think about this. I want to say you guys would race on the 12th. If I'm correct, it should be the 12th you guys would race on. But yeah, Belgium, known as Spa, quite an interesting track. That's going to be quite an exciting one to watch. Probably going to be 0-0 Wings Kappa, as everyone will know. But we're almost getting ready to go into the lobby now, and as it's literally time to get in. But whilst we're waiting for the lobby to get sorted and people to get in and bits and bobs like that, what I can say is we've got some tier 2 drivers with us today, I believe. So if we have a look at my game screen now, we do indeed have Minico. I believe he's in the lobby. Hiding somewhere, I believe. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, Minico today is going to be in the Red Bull for tier number 1, so he's probably reserving for a driver, but he is taking part in tier 2 fully. So it's just a bit of practice for Minico, so he'll probably retire in qualifying and do a last to first, and maybe a last first, you never know, but a last to whatever he can finish. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And then we do have other drivers that I am trying to find by looking at Discord with a good reaction system, you know. What can I say? Well, we've got Potato with us today. He was in the Aston Martin last weekend, I believe, and now he's back in his favourite team, which is the good old Alpine, in the nice, lovely, bright blue, you could say. So, good old Potato getting some practice in before he does his tier 2 race later on this evening, and then late morning for me, I believe. So, yeah, well, we could say late morning. You mean early morning, because time zones. Gotta love them, you know. Gotta love them. And then we have the other drivers as well. Who else do we have? So we've done Potato, we've done Minico. Is Ron in the lobby? Yes, Ron is in the lobby today, and he's in the Alfa Romeo, so that's going to be quite fun and fantastic to see how he gets on in Tier 1 today with a little bit of practice as well. So, yeah. Also got ERS. He's in the Red Bull today, so like I said, lots of drivers from Tier 2 in Tier 1 reserving for a few cars. And I'm quite surprised because we've got a full grid. So I'm quite excited to see how this one takes a twist and a turn today. So, yeah. What we are going to do is we're just going to wait for everyone to load in. So if you guys have any predictions in the chats for like tyre strategies or maybe the grid order and stuff like that, feel free to let me know. And I will try to respond to your message if I don't miss it. But yeah, let me know. And I will head on over and get your quali predictions sorted and note it down on my little notepad. Even though I don't have one, but I use my good old brain to remember. And we will see how it goes today. But full grid. So Singapore, full grid. Bit of a yikes, because that can be quite scary, as it is a full grid. So I guess we just see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch on over to the good old gameplay screen as we're actually getting ready now to load on in. So there we have it. We should be going in now. There we are. Good, good, good. I am also going to get the Twitch up on my screen as well. Just going to mute that so it does echo. Why has that done that? Bear with, guys. If you see a thing on my screen, it's the fact that it's taking the track back off. So if you see the pause menu, my apologies. I did not mean to do that. I keep pressing the wrong buttons today. It's going great, guys. It's going great. We will get there, guys. Don't worry. We will get there. Singapore. I know what you mean. I'm disappointed about my result yesterday, Minico. Still annoyed about that, you know. Still disappointed with that result. But I guess it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. You got to love the good old game lag that EA loves to hit and miss and throw it out there left, right and centre, you know. But yeah, we see how tier number 1 goes tonight. So as you guys know, 17 minutes of qualifying. Let's get everything set up quickly. So we get the telemetry, the lap data, and the good old track map. And that is basically all we need. Oh, we'll get the tyres on as well, you know. That might be a good thing. I know, right? I lagged. So basically, 1 minute I was literally getting an amazing start and launched off the line. Literally, had an OP start because I got a better start than the Ferrari in front of me. 1 minute I'm going straight. Next minute, my game lagged. And I was in the wall. I was like, oh, okay, cheers, game. Really do appreciate it. So, yeah. Anyways then, we've got some cars now about to get out on the track. So, we have ERS in the Red Bull today, looking amazing as always, as he's having a little bit of a tussle and turns, you could say, with the Aston Martin that has also left the pit lane. I believe that is going to be a Ferrari nut. So, those who were looking to get a move on and jostling for positions, but it looks like the Red Bull has got around the Aston Martin, and maybe the Aston Martin will just back off to give a little space to the Red Bull, hopefully. So, yeah. Anyways then, like I said, cars out on the track like Darth in the Alpine. Of course, we might get some Tier 2 drivers like Minico out on the track shortly, and he'll probably just do a warm-up lap, which I mean by warm-up lap, he'll literally go out on the track, do an out lap, and then he'll just go into the pits again. And then he'll just want to go into the pits, retire from the session. And he's going to try and do a John and Watme and go from a last to first. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes for him. But yeah, like I said, or I keep on saying, because there's not really much to say at the moment. Just cars out on the track, you know. Goose Slayer right now. He's in the Haas car today. See how he gets on. We've got Ron in the Alfa Romeo today. You've got Merck as well, his teammate of Goose Slayer. He's in the Haas as well. So, yeah, we'll see what laps some drivers can produce here at Singapore. And if there's any rain as well, that'd be quite handy to know. So if anyone in the chat is racing and you've got a race engineer or you're just keeping your ears and eyes out, and do appreciate the support and the lurk. Do let me know. Are you guys expecting any rain? If so, I'd love to know. Anyways then, on board with Odell, currently in turns number 1, 2, and 3, now number 4, on to the approach of number 5, but he has passed the detection zone, as you can see there, right on your screens, and the DRS should open wide. It does indeed. So the Red Bull currently in Sector 1 right now, as we get yellow flags for an AlphaTauri. I don't really know who that is. I want to say... Oh, no mind, it is Alphanesis. Has had a little bit of a moment down in Sector 3, but riding on board with the Red Bull still. Not going anywhere, as he's going to be the first driver to set a lap here in Tier 1. So we'll see what goes on, as Minico has retired from the session to do a general op miss. So we'll see how that one goes. Alrighty then. So Sector 2 now for the good old Red Bull driver of Ardell. And into this tricky hairpin section now. And he does it very, very good and very, very nicely as well. So... not bad from him right there. Currently down in turn number 13 on to the approach of 14 where the DRS are now closed. And yeah, so not a bad turn out of there. I could say maybe a little bit more on the exit, but he seems to have done that very, very nicely. So it doesn't really matter. Now this tricky part as well, I really, really struggle because you've got to go left, right, and I believe it's then another right and then a left. So it can really tire you out if you're on a wheel, especially it can, yeah, really tire those arms out. But the Red Bull driver of Adele has managed to keep the lap really neat and really tidy. He's going to be up to the lines. What would be a 1:37.8? So far, he's the fastest car on the track, but as we approach the drivers coming to crossing the line, the Ferrari Knight is on a 1:38.2. Not bad from him there. Goose Slayer, surprised, his pace is upped a little. He's on a 1:38.2, so not bad from the house car there. Darth then across the line to do a 1:38.1. Not bad at all. And then I think Adele's got some pressure, I believe, from the Ferrari driver of Chandler, who's done a 1:36.9. So he's the first driver to officially be in the 1:36s. So that's quite exciting to see. We'll see what some of the other drivers can produce here. As we've got Merck up to the line in the Haas. He's done a I want to say a 1:38.3, so not bad from him there. And Mosley's done a 1:38.9. Ron Swanson, however, has done a 1:41.6. So he's definitely had a moment somewhere. And he'll probably be looking to go into the pit lane, or maybe has enough fuel and is waiting to do one more lap and get around the track before he starts the lap. I don't really know. So we'll keep an eye out on him. But yeah, like I said, we've got more drivers coming across the line now. Surprisingly, the AlphaTauri of Alphanesis, who did have a moment down in Sector 3, has gone quicker than the Ferrari so far. Nearly by a second, but half a second. So it's not bad there for Alphanesis, however. Doing a 1:36.5, so very good from him right there. We've got Axie, I think that's how you say their name. Hopefully it is, across the line to do a 1:37.6. Then we had Ryan, who went across the line. He did a 1:37.7. Not bad at all. Who else we got on a lap? Anyone else? I believe there's more. There's got to be more drivers on a lap. Yeah, there is. Riding board with Jack now in Sector 1. About to be in Sector 2 very, very shortly in the wonderful Aston Martin. Now, he is really, really good at showing decent pace as he goes fastest in Sector 1 so far. So this could be looking to be a really good lap for the Aston Martin, but hopefully no traffic will get in his way and won't get affected by the dirty air. So we'll just see how he does, and yeah, keep on board with him, then hopefully he does okay. Alrighty then, so this is like the tricky section of Sector 2, because if you didn't know, if you take too much curb exit, I believe it's on turn 11, onto the approach of 12, when you take too much curb exit, it can really unsettle the car, and then when you're going to put the throttle down, it makes your wheel spin quite a lot, which I expected and experienced in time trial and in a Grand Prix mode. It's not the best thing you want to have, especially when you're trying to get a really good lap in. But there's more yellow flags. It's not drivers crashing. It's just drivers slowing down on the track to let the cars by, and so they don't get penalised for blocking and stuff like that. But VSR Jack is taking these curbs really, really aggressively into the final couple of turns now. He's going to be across the line. It's a 1:37.4. So I'm kind of shocked by that because I thought the Aston Martin would have had some more pace to show. But so far, Alphanesis, with 10 minutes and almost 20 seconds of qualifying to go, is currently your fastest car on the track, which is quite surprising. Anyways then, Castle King, teammates with Alphanesis this race, in the AlphaTauri as well. So we'll see how he gets on. Currently in sector 1 now, in turn number 5, where the DRS is going to open wide open. And yeah, there you go. Turn number 6 now, and then turn number 7. When he gets there, the DRS flap will then close because it's meant to, because top speed and all that is just for like straight line speed and stuff like that to make your car go a little bit quicker. It's aerodynamics. I don't really get the gist of it. Kind of, I do, but I don't really get it sometimes because it can be quite confusing and just quite hard to explain. But anyways then, Cattle King now in sector 2. This tricky part of the section is like here where the Aston Martin is now, where he hits the curb there. That curb there where the AlphaTauri has gone over, if you take too much there, your car will bottom out, which is not ideal. But so far, not many drivers making that mistake, as he went down into the hairpin section in gear 1, I believe, and then short or upshifted quite quickly to gear 3 to balance the car and not get affected by any wheel spin, as there's so many yellow flags, but it's just letting drivers pass, so no mistakes really happening there, just people wanting to move out of the way so they can't get penalised by the stewards for blocking and stuff like that. Bish bash bosh. But yeah, not too bad so far. But what's quite surprising is that the AlphaTauri doesn't take as much curb as the Aston Martin did so aggressively, so he's going to be up to the line probably in the 138, and it is almost in the 139s, but it's on a 138.9, which currently puts in P15. So the grid are quite close so far. The 138's ending around about P8. And then P number 7 down to P number 3. That's the 137s. And you've only got 2 drivers so far. Maybe 3 if Ryan can get a really good lap in. So 2 drivers in the 136s. So some very fast pace from some drivers. So we've got quite an interesting race and battle, hopefully, that's going to be upon us for tonight's amazing. I believe is it the first night race we had of the season so far? I believe it is. So yeah, it's going to be quite a exciting one. Anyways then, on board with is it? I don't know how to say that name. I'll go with FGE. I'll go with that for now because I don't know. Is it Jack? I want to say it is, but I'm not too sure. So we're just going to go with FGE. He's currently down in sector 3 in this tricky section where a few drivers, if you take it a bit too quick, you go into the runoff area right in front of you, which is not ideal. Hello, Miniko. Brr to you too. Hope you're well. As he loses the back end there, but managing to keep the car under control and stable to complete the lap. They might have lost him a little bit of time there, but he's done a stonking lap, going faster than the Red Bull driver of Adele, going P3 for 1:37.078, so almost in the 136s, finding a little bit more pace and maybe not bottoming out on the back end of the car. Could set up a good lap. You're last? That's amazing to hear, Nico. Let's see how you get on at the street circuit being last, you know? If you set yourself a challenge, you know? You really have set yourself, which is going to be quite a fun race to watch, if I'm going to be honest with you. But let's ride on board with Ron, as he's almost going to be up to the line. Well, I say that, he's about to start a lap, so we'll have to find another driver who possibly could be on a lap. So the Ferrari isn't. The Williams isn't. The Red Bull is, but I want to say one of the Aston Martins are on a lap, but I'm not too sure. No, they're not. They're on an out lap as well. So I believe so far the car that's on a lap that we could watch is probably going to be the Red Bull. Maybe no, maybe not. No, because the Red Bull is down his time. So we bail on that. Maybe I can't really tell. This game is confusing me. It's going well. It's going splendid. This is fine. We'll find entertainment. Just hold and we'll find a car that could be pushing. And we'll go on board with Mr. Jack himself in the Aston Martin to see if he can go a little bit quicker or a lot quicker if he wants to find any more time. As we've got yellow flags in Sector 2 in turn number 9 onto the approach turn number 10. And it seems to be the Alfa Romeo of Ron Swanson, as Jack has unfortunately invalidated, which is not ideal. And we're going to go on board with the Haas, and hopefully it'll... Well, I say that, and it has disappeared. So, looking where the Haas is, it looks like the Alfa Romeo might have crashed there on the left-hand side of the Haas. So, that's not ideal. So, I think Ron will be pretty upset with that one, as he's only managed to do, I believe it's 5 laps. Which is not ideal. 5 laps. And has only managed a 1:41.4. So he'll probably be a little bit frustrated with that one. But it doesn't matter. He's still got 4 minutes. Oh, well, I say it doesn't matter, but he's out. So I just get myself a little bit confused there. So it is, it's going well tonight. It's going well. I am totally not half asleep, as it's quite early here in the UK. So yeah. Not getting myself confused here. So, with 4 minutes and 20 seconds of qualifying, unfortunately Ron won't be able to participate because he has crashed and DNF from the session. So, hopefully he'll do better in the race. That's what I was trying to say, but it didn't really work. As Alphanesis has crossed the line again, and he's gone even faster, and he's done a 1:36.2. So, that's a stonking lap from the AlphaTauri driver there. So, that's brilliant to see. So, we'll see how he gets on in the race. Hopefully, if all goes well, you can get a really good, what's the word? Really good start, then a gap, and then he'll be flying. So, good job from Alphanesis right there. Axie is on a in-lap, I believe. Or is he? Looks like he's on a push lap. I can't tell by this game anymore. Oh, that might be an in-lap. Yep, that's definitely an in-lap because he's had that moment there, but I don't think he was on a lap anyway, so... Supply Raptor is on an outlap currently, and he's about to start one here. The Mercedes up to the line of Roman, and he goes P4. And he's improved by a bit, it seems. He's really improved by a second, it looked like it was. And he's done a 1:36.9, so that's a mega lap from the Mercedes driver right there. So we're going to go on board with the other Mercedes of... Supply Raptor, and we'll see how he gets on. So currently in sector 1, turn number 5 to turn number 6, but the flap of the DRS wide open, getting quite a nice tow from his teammate as well, so very beneficial. And his teammate does move out of the way, which is good as well, and he goes fastest in sector 1, but only by a little bit of a margin. But that could be wrong, as EA might have not fixed that issue yet. So yeah, great. Yeah, not too bad. In Sector 2 now, this tricky part of the hairpin section where most drivers look to crash and stuff like that, excuse me there. But Supply Raptor giving it his all and managing to keep it under control. He's gone fastest in Sector 2, so if I'm not mistaken, if this isn't broken, then currently Supply Raptor's found some time. He's going a lot quicker than Alphanesis so far, so this could be a mega lap from the Mercedes here if he can keep it all under control. So we'll see how he gets on. Getting very, very close to the wall. Taking the exit curbs and entrance ones very aggressive. He's going to be up to the line and doing a 1:36.3. Okay. So he went purple, and then non-purple. He goes P2 with a 1:36.3. And Alphanesis has done a 1:36.2. So if we have a look at that in more of a detail, not a detail, sorry, a leader perspective of gap-wise, Supply Raptor is 0.059 seconds from P1. And that's basically his qualifying done and dusted. So whilst we're having a look at that one, let's get it back to the fastest lap board. And now we're going to flick through what drivers are on a quick lap? So we've got the Haas up to the line. Is that going to be the Haas or Merc? I believe it is. He's up to the line. He improves the time, but not by much. Lots of cars crashing, so I'm guessing they're a bit annoyed that they didn't up on their times. The Haas of Gooslayer has actually started the lap here at Singapore, so it's his final lap, so we'll see how he gets on. I'll come back to him in a little bit because I believe some drivers are approaching the line to start a lap or begin a lap, as Ryan, I believe, is starting a lap. I hope he is, because it'd be nice to see some quality content, you know, on the track of Singapore. And we've had a Ferrari nut. He's gone off, or he's gone straight on at turn 7 on board of a downer. So he went straight on, as that's where yellow flags were pointing. So that's not ideal for him. So riding on board of a down now, in sector 2 now. We'll see if he can set the fastest, because he was looking quite quick on his first lap. And I don't know if this is like his second attempt, or third, or fourth, or fifth, or if it's just his second goes. He's just maybe a sit in the pit lane, stuff like that. Mozzie, he is currently on a lap, it seems. But at the same time, I'm not too sure, as Supply Raptor has retired from the session, and there is a Ferrari of Ryan who has actually spun. Like I said, it's going to catch some drivers out when they spin. There you go, spinning into the wall, which is not ideal. Mozzie up to the line. He's on 1:37.017. Some drivers are very close to 1:36s, but not close enough. But like I was saying, Ryan spinning there in Sector 2 at turns 11 and 12. That is where you're going to see the most spins, I would say, for today's race. If they take too much curb, that is done and dusted. Both Hasses were giving it their all, and couldn't, unfortunately. Chandler up to line. He's actually had a massive spin on the exit of turn number 22, and that sent him in a massive spin. And that's his qualifying done and dusted. So that was some nice 360 there. So he's gone P5 with that one. Axe up to the line. He's done a 1:36.4. And you could say it's it for your grid. And it is, because the Williams of Wingo is P17 and in the pit lane. So, yeah, Alfa Nice has taken pole position at Singapore, round number 8 of Tier 1 in the AlphaTauri, followed very closely by Supply Raptor, only 0.059s of a second, or seconds you could say. Absolutely unbelievable. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah. Qualifying done and dusted, and then P3, the last podium position, going to the McLaren driver, doing a 1:36.4. So some drivers in the 1:36s down to P6, and in the 1:37s down to P number 15. And then 16 down to 18 are in the 1:38s, and then it's Ron, who retired earlier after having a crash, down where Alfa Nice is right now on the left-hand side, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. But GG's to that one. Now we move on to the race with no formation lap. And I do believe that Alfa Nice did not... What did he improve on his time? I believe he improved his time by a tiny bit. So GG's to that one. And the gap is only moved up by one place, which was 0059. It's now 0060. So yeah, not bad there. P3 though, not close to the front two, but not far off either. But no, let's try and keep turn 1 clean, but who knows? We'll see what happens, as we've got everyone doing the T-pose. People do be T-posing. Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. Everyone T-pose. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. I just have to. Sorry, guys. That's just great. see. Alright. As we have, I say 11, 9 seconds till, I say 9. Now we're going to get ready with the race. So, let's get into it then, guys. I know, right? T-posing pit cruiser. We almost have 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for round number 8 of Singapore today. The Red Bull getting a really good jump on Darth there. Into turn number 1, though. And the AlphaTauri does keep his position. But there is some positions going left, right, and centre at the back of the field. Minico making up to after starting P20. And, yeah, so we'll see how he gets on through the field. As this could be quite a tricky track for overtaking. So you just want to take your time. He's also on the hard compound tyres, which is not bad as well. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get the telemetry on quickly, so just bear with, guys. There we are. Right then. So, yeah, some drivers making up positions, some not. So Minico going on the attack of the Aston Martin right now as it runs into the back of the Williams. And the Williams has lost a front winglet from that as Minico tapped the back of him. So I think the Williams got sent into the back of Goose Layer, which is not ideal. So that's a bit of a yikes, but it is what it is, you know. Some people have different braking lines, and Minico thought he broke a little bit too early there. As the Haas was looking for a move up the inside to get past Potato, but Potato saying, "Nuh-uh, I'll close the door on you," which he did, which was lovely to see from the Alpine driver. He's actually very, very good at defending, which is amazing to see. So we've got some awesome battling that will be happening on the track. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that one. As I'm quite shocked because it's only lap 1, and Alphanesis has already managed to pull nearly half a second of a gap. But I believe, is that because Supply Raptor is on the hards? It is indeed. So Supply Raptor's on the hards. Axe is on the hards. Half of the grid are all on the hards. So some drivers wanting to go for an aggressive strategy as Wingo is into the pit lane. I believe that's going to be for a front wing change. As all the pit crew are T-posing. So that's very nice to see. We do have a bit of T-posing here at BRL, you know. We love it a lot. You know, Kappa? That was lag? Oh, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, Minico, you know. At least you, at least you managed to complete a lap around Singapore. Unlike me, with game lag, you know? At least you got to complete a lap, so you could have bragging rights. I didn't get to complete a lap due to the game being buggy, so yeah, you know, GG's. Anyways, then, running on board with Minico, speak of the devil, P16 right now, so he's made up, what? Could say like 4 positions-ish, as he was looking to go around the inside of Potato and the Hasakusa, but I believe the Haas made slight contact on Potato, went in a little bit too deep and hit the wall or something, and that's now said hello to Minico up to P number 14, so he's not far out of the points. And I believe, yeah, looking at the replay, because I've got the replay on my second monitor, GG's to that, the Haas just tapping the rear left-hand side of the Alpine of Potato's car, which sent him into a half slide. And yeah, that's what happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if Guso's actually got wing damage from that. If he hasn't, then that is a miracle. And I am in shock horror if he hasn't got damage from that. So that would be quite surprising if he has or hasn't. But I guess we'll find out if his pace is starting to drop away. As we run on board with Alphanesis, who is now 3.2 ahead. But you've got to remember, he's on those medium tyres, and Supply Raptor is on those hard tyres. So I'm starting to think, is that because rain's on the way? Because I got no idea if rain's here, if it's coming, if it's not coming. So we'll see what happens. But the McLaren so far following very closely and very nicely of the Mercedes. But the only issue is that the Mercedes has managed to save battery usage more than the McLaren. So the McLaren having to use a little bit of battery than the Mercedes, which I would say is not ideal, because You don't really want to use so much battery around this track as it probably can be quite tough to regain. But the McLaren so far in DRS range, but I think he's just choosing to sit behind. So if he's got the pace, then he wants to get past the Mercedes as soon as possible, because that gap between Alfa and East is getting bigger and bigger lap by lap, as we saw a position change between VSR Jack and I believe it was Darth, or it would have been the McLaren. Didn't really catch that one, but there was a position change. Glad to see a full grid in Tier 1. That's amazing to hear, Ritzy. Poggers in the chat. How you doing today? Hope you're doing amazing. And you got much planned for this fine evening? Or if you're from the UK, you might not be, but if you are, early morning. This is early morning for me right now, so yeah, I'm loving life, you know. I'm loving life. Still sad about yesterday, though, but we don't talk about yesterday, you know. That was a very long race, you know. Lap 1, well, not even lap 1. The start of the race and I crashed because of game lag, so thanks EA, appreciate it a lot. As looking through the grid, there's not really much to report just yet, as drivers are just sticking behind and just chilling right now, so not much to say as I say that, but the McLaren is quite close as we ride on board with him. It's quite close to the Mercedes, so potentially if the McLaren gets a better exit, as he has a little bit of a moment there, almost into the wall, which would have been game over with wing damage, or maybe a right front tyre loss, which would have not been ideal, but he does seem to be having a few twitchy moments here and there, which is, like I said, not ideal. So hopefully that's not an overheating issue, but if it is, then that's definitely a massive struggle for the whole entire race. Excuse me. As we ride on board the Mercedes, who's just chilling now, using some of his battery, it seems, because Axe has managed to get around about the same usage and saving usage as the Mercedes. So the Mercedes staying ahead might be using it, so I'm not sure, but I'm possibly correct about that one. As Alfa Nisus, not really much to say. Started P1, qualified P1, and is almost 6 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. So that's of course he's on the mediums, so he's got the pace advantage at the moment. So you want to use it and you want to go. As we've got yellow flags, and that is Cattle King having a bit of a spin, I believe, in turn at number 2, which is not ideal, especially on those hard tyres. So he's lost a little bit of wear there. As we saw position changes left, right and centre, and Ryan gaining one, and then Minico fighting it out with the Ryan? No, okay, get myself confused now. Or Minico's had a moment somewhere, or he was fighting with Merc, and that's the game saying, wakey wakey, Ryan was fighting with the Alpine, but who knows? So yeah, like I said, I don't really know what happened there. So some position change, whatnot, done between one of the drivers. Probably Merc and Minico going at it, as they were quite close to each other down into turn number, I want to say from 7 to 9. So I think it was Minico and Merc battling out. So if it was, that's a nice little side-by-side action. And that's Minico up to P at number 13. Now, there are trains beginning to form, especially this one, P12, right? All the way up to P number 4. Are we now like esports level or something? Because if we are, then this is absolutely insane. And speaking of the devil, I was going to say, then I got distracted by the position swaps between what driver was what, but I don't really know, as the McLaren decided to make a move on the Mercedes, using a bit of the battery, and Supply Raptor not really using anything, but actually using a little bit of the battery has managed to not get out of DRS range, but he is potentially showing some pace here at Singapore, because he doesn't seem to be doing too bad out in the front. The gap is quite big, I say, almost like half a second gap wise, but it looks like he's pushing to his full extent, not really touching the battery it seems, and is almost with a second away from Supply Raptor. So that's quite interesting to see. So we'll keep an eye out for that one to see if you know, anything changes with his spin or just getting out of DRS range. But no, this crazy DRS train from P4 down to P number 12, almost going to be 13 as well, as Minico's catching up to his little train. So if P number 18 catches up, it'll be P18 train all the way up, like I said, to P number 4. Crazy. And Poggers as well. As we see some cars getting quite close for comfort, especially these two, Potato and Merc right now. So Merc could have a little bit of damage from contact with the driver earlier, so I'm not too sure, but he is going, I would say, a little bit slower than usual because I believe he had a decent qualifying. But Potato all over the back of him right now, as we see position swaps left, right and centre. And that's Chandler in the pit lane on hard tyres, lap number 7. But he's in for a front wing change and going on to the mediums. Surely they won't last long. If they do, then I'll be shocked by that. So some drivers gaining positions and losing positions as, yeah, Chandler's leaving the pit lane. He says he's struggling in the Discord chat as well, so that's not ideal for him as well. So hopefully he can get back into the rhythm, back into the groove, and we'll see where he comes out on top or not. But no, Alfa Nice is almost 10 seconds ahead, but the McLaren getting past the Mercedes has not managed to break the gap of DRS. So the Mercedes will now just be chilling, I believe, which it looks like he is, and he isn't. So yeah, Era though, going side by side into turn number 11, 12, and then 13, the tricky hairpin section. Getting elbows out for comfort. The Aston Martin as well, looking to make a move potentially on the Williams driver, which is, of course, Mr. Jack himself in the wonderful green car. But no, he's not looking to make the move just yet, as there's a ghost mode thing from Era. So he's either lagging, which I believe that was because he's not left the game. So that's definitely lagged there. Now down to P11, so he's lost positions from that. A little bit of lag or whatever that was. But no, Jack closely on the back of the Williams driver. Not bad there. Not bad at all. As we see Mozzie, P number 5 now, looking to be racy as well. Using that battery as well, some of it. And looking to maybe grab P4 maybe. So we'll see what happens here. Sector 1 now. Turn number 4, where the detection zone is. Turn number 5 now. Could Mozzie potentially be looking to make the move with the medium tyres? So the mediums as well will be starting to wear off, which is a yes and a no, as Ron Swanson is in the pit lane. Could that be a retirement? Or is that for a fresh set of tyres? Looking to be a fresh set, I believe, of medium tyres. Speaking of tyres, whilst we can see some action on the track, let's see who's fighting with who. The Aston Martin actually going side by side with Darth. They would keep on board with not side by side with Darth, sorry, side by side with the Williams and through on him. So not bad at all there. But having a look at tyres, let's have a look, shall we? Not gap, detail. Tyre-wise, everyone's been on for them for like around about 7 laps. Ron's on the fresh set of soft tyres, which is not surprising. It's how to spin, I believe it is. It's the Ferrari nut on the mediums as well. Those tyres are going to be a little bit hot and a little bit toasty as you spin, and that's what happens, which is not ideal. The bottom 3 though going for a pit stop because some drivers are struggling in some of these conditions right now, which is not ideal. But see how they get on. Like Chandler, he is saying that he's struggling today, so hopefully he can recover from some decent point scoring today. See how that one gets on. Mozzie though, closer to the Mercedes than he was before. So maybe he might look for a move. No one knows. Supply Raptor on 43 battery. The Alfa Romeo on around about done soon. But he's on the medium, so he's getting closer and closer and closer, but not close enough to the Mercedes. So he'll stay behind for maybe another lap, a couple of corners, and try and force the Mercedes into a mistake, as Potato has finally got past Merc into turn number 7, up to number 8. Alpine's through. Alpine up, pass down, and now Potato was set to set eyes on getting up to the back of this little DRS train, which is now from P13 all the way up, lots of P number 5 to P number 4. So, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. As we see a position swap by Ryan and Darth into turn number 14 in sector 3 now, the tricky part of the track. But I believe Darth is in ghost mode, so that means he's either been disconnected, which he was, and has now rejoined. So Darth loses out of position, but Ryan easily peasy gaining one. So advantage to disadvantage, as people are now peeling into the pit lane. That's Mozzie on the medium compounded tyres. Really good stint from him. We'll see where he comes out now. He should possibly, I want to say, come out around about P number 16. Say 16. As we have the Alpine tossing and jostling for positions, and Minico looking to gain a few maybe. Who knows, as he's getting closer and closer and closer and closer, but not close enough, as the Alpine's fighting his way ahead with Era right now. As Era has managed to lose touch with P number 8, which I believe was the Alpine's intention, so he couldn't get DRS. So that's not ideal for him, but also quite a smart strategy as well, so not bad there. As the Ferrari goes a little bit deep, that was Chandler going a little bit deep, struggling, looking up and not putting it in the wall, managing to get past as well, which is good as gold and good to see, as Mozzie was in the pits, P number 18 on the fresh set of hard tyres now. They are going to take a couple of laps to warm up, of course, so hopefully this undercut will work, as he'll probably be hoping for that. And Alphanesis is now 13 seconds ahead. So now I'm quite excited to see, is he trying to go for an overcut? He's got battery. He's not even touched the battery-ish. Minico gaining as Darth has had a spin in sector 3 in turns 17 and 18 territory. So that's not ideal for him. I say turns 18. I meant to say turns 19 and 20. That's where he spun around about there. Or 21, I could say. He's in the pit lane. Now, has he got damage? Hopefully not. If he's got damage, then that's not ideal. And he has got damage. And going for a fresh set of mediums. So not ideal for the Alpine driver there. Williams across the line of Wingo. And he'll be up to P number 18 now. So not bad there. We'll see how he progresses in the race. Alphanesis probably looking to box soon, hopefully, as you don't want those tyres popping. And you don't want to be crashing, because grip loss is a thing. Which is, yeah, not ideal. And Minico down to P20. Lap 11. He's in the points. He is in the points. So it's really, really nice to see that. Good old Red Bull. Really is showing pace tonight. Really showing pace. But the Ferrari of Ryan now is setting eyes on the Williams driver up ahead, as he looks ever so close. He might look to make a move into turn number 1, right on board of him. And no, nothing really happening. But I'll tell you what is happening, as the Williams goes way too deep, and that invites Ryan up to P number 7 now. So a very nice move from the Ferrari driver there. So what I was scared about is the McLaren losing a position to the Mercedes, but Evidently not, because not enough speed. As Potatoes had a spin, he is now down to P number 12. That's not ideal for Potato there. And Ardell as well. P number 6 losing out to VSR Jack. A little bit of wheel banging there into turn number 8 now. Up to turn number 9 in sector 2. And the Aston Martin is still ahead. And that's, yeah, not bad there. Now, the Red Bull's under pressure for Ryan. So we'll see how that one gets on as we get yellow flags. And that's going to be Castle King. So he's had a moment somewhere, so I might invite Wingo up into P number 17 now. So we'll see what happens there. As Ryan is getting ever so close to the Red Bull, but not looking to make the move just yet. So we'll see in a little bit, hopefully, for some pit stops, as those hards will start to grain and wear. Stuff like that. But as we look on board with the Ferrari, those hards aren't looking bad. I don't really see as much wear and tear as he normally would. So this could be a good tyre to pick around this track, because it looks decent if I say so. But the Red Bull struggling a little bit, it seems. And the Ferrari's going to go past into turn number 1 now. And that's the Ferrari up into P number 6. So Ryan is just picking lap by lap when to go and what to do, when to pounce and stuff like that. But the Red Bull of Ardell is quite close to the back of the Ferrari. So Ardell, if he has the battery, might look to potentially get past. But the Ferrari has switched on that battery, turned it off now. And will be cruising up to the back of the Aston Martin as the Williams of FGE is going a little bit too deep into turn number 7 there. Turn number 8 now. And then number 9. And that's the Williams now up into P number 7. So not bad there. Red Bull losing out 2 there. Not ideal. Minico getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That has pretty much summarised and messed up his race. But it's not his actual race, so it doesn't really matter. It's just practice for him at the end of the day. So, yeah, not bad there. Yeah. Ardell. Now going to be under pressure from the driver behind, which is going to be Era. As I say that, Alphanesis is in the pit lane. Yeah, those tyres are not looking so great. So, he's in the pits. Fresh set of hards. Going to take a couple laps to warm up. Now, he's going to come out, obviously, P number 3. But the big question is he going to be able to overcut? Or are the drivers in front looking to overcut? As they will have more and better pace. Because the mediums are quicker on this track. But as Alphanesis has exited the pit lane, he's come out in traffic. He's come out in traffic ahead, but also behind. Those tyres are going to be cold. As he's trying to warm them up now, as you can see right there. So hopefully Alphanesis don't bottle this one, as that would not be ideal. As VSR Jack has a massive moment there, and a little bit of a twitch there on the wheel. So that, not ideal at all. So Roman may be looking to hold up the AlphaTauri here, which would really help out his teammate if he did that. Sector 2 now, and that's quite a hefty yellow flag. And I believe that was Chartler and maybe Mozzie involved or something. I'm not too sure, but there were yellow flags, and I remember seeing a Ferrari stop there. So that's Mozzie up into P number 15. Now got yellow flags for the Red Bull Wingo, and that's Cattle King in the wall, I believe, and that's brought out a safety car. Perfect timing for the McLaren, the Mercedes, and everyone else. So that's a good reaction for Alphanesis. But the issue is, all these drivers can now pit for medium tyres. So the big question is, will Alphanesis pit for a set of mediums? No, he stays out. Okay, this is going to get a bit spicy now. Oh, was it? Okay. as Ryan gets a 5-second time penalty for a collision. But that has really helped out the hard runners there. Really helped them out. Because Alphanisa's on the hards, and the rest are going to be on mediums, so they're going to fly by. Got to save their tyres now. So maybe Alphanisa's might be a little bit scared, or maybe a little bit worried. I wouldn't say scared, just probably worried that he's on the hards, and the grid might be on a full set of mediums. Yeah, pretty much. Everyone on a fresh set of mediums, so this ending could get a little bit spicy. So, let's see how this one goes. As we're going to sit tight and wait for the safety car to commence and be in when it bees in. So it'll probably be in around number 8, sorry, I want to say 17 or 18. That's the lap that's going to come in. Around that time. So, if anyone in the chat is chilling today, watching the race, make sure to say hello and go say follow if you haven't done already, so you can keep up to date with all the awesome content that we provide here at Breakout Racing League. Or if you're watching the race, let me know, how is your point of view going? Are you finding it okay? Is it a little bit stressful of a race? Just let me know how it's going. And like I always say, hope you guys are enjoying the commentating. Hopefully I am doing a good job for you. If I am, then do let me know. If I'm not, then do let me know. And yeah, because I do like the positive, constructive feedback, which helps me out for future commentating as well, you know. So yeah, you had damage, did you, Miniko? Oh, was that potentially the collision with the Williams, when the Williams lost their front wing, which would have been Wingo? Is that where you maybe and potentially got the damage, out of interest? If so, there's a little bit of a yikes, but at least you've got a brand new one now, so you can push on and see what your pace is like. But no, this is going to be an interesting end, because Alphanice is on old tyres, or old tyres I say, but hard tyres, one or two lap old, and the rest on mediums. It's gonna get spicy. So it'll probably be lap number 18 or 19 the safety car comes in, because Wingo has still got a little bit to go, but the safety car might be in regardless, because that's what it does sometimes, you know. But we'll see. We will see what happens, chat. But it's funny how the tables turn, you know. The race is going well, not any major issues, and then all of a sudden, bam, safety car. Yeah. So, it could get interesting. Quite excited. Quite excited. But whilst waiting, because there's not really much to talk about once the safety car is out, we could probably have a chat about maybe position changes. Do that. Why not? So 1, 2, and 3, not really losing any positions, as they got quite a good reaction start and played it safe into turn 1, and you could say all good and tidy there. Roman not gaining as much, only 2, which isn't too bad, so that's up to P number 4 for him. VSR Jack, though, up 7, which is really, really good to see from the Aston Martin. Ryan taking his time through the field, as that is what you want to do, really, because it's Singapore and anything can happen. So he is up 5. Williams losing some positions. I'm guessing there might be to the reaction or maybe the pit lane, as there is a Red Bull that has crashed. That is Miniko. Miniko, are you trying to recreate where I crashed, but on the other side of the wall? Aww. How amazing. Thank you for doing that. That makes me even more sad. Because that's where I crashed. But I had game lag, so it was different. But do you enjoy your crash? It was spectacular to see. Now I'm the only one. Now I am the only one that doesn't feel embarrassed for yesterday's race. But I am still embarrassed because I didn't even complete a lap. It was lights out and away we go, and then I crashed. Oh, did he crash into you? Lol. Oh, good old potato, eh? Good old potato. That's pretty funny, to be honest. I don't know why I find that funny. I feel like I do. Don't know why, but Chandler losing 10. Not ideal for him. Starting P5, losing 10 positions. Not good from him at all. But he says he's struggling. So that could either be tyre overheating or just pace-wise in general. He accelerated and smacked into me. Into me. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. I just thought you got bored and just tried to react to the same crash that I had, you know. But unfortunately, I only managed to crash on lights out, not even complete one lap. So I'm still embarrassed about that, but it is what it is with EA. So I can't sulk on it too much, you know. I can't sulk on it too much because there's not much I can do. We all know what the game's like. So we'll just see what happens. As you might have seen, on to lap 18, and the safety car is in this lap. So Alphanesis will back the pack up. He'll be quite nervous because he's the only driver on the hard tyres, I believe. Although someone else on the hards, I believe it's Mozzie. But the rest are on the medium. So going to be an interesting one. So we're going to go on board with P number 3, POV. And see what his reaction is like and see if the Mercedes gets a really good reaction, which I believe he has. And Alphanesis is gone. The Mercedes is also gone. But the Mercedes is quite close to Alphanesis into turn number 1 now. And maybe he could potentially look to make a move past the AlphaTauri. But we'll see what happens as more cars are looking to get across the field. And we've got yellow flags as well. And that is a car round, I believe, somewhere. And that is Merc down in P17 now. And, yeah, some drivers up and down positions. Potato losing out to Mozzie there, I believe. Or Mozzie losing out to Era. Yeah, basically, Bio. Long story short, as Minico said, he crashed. Potato crashed into him under safety car because he accelerated and smacked into him. So, GG's. Real good friends here, you know. So, yeah. At least you recreated the scene though, Minico, you know. Nice little reunion. Both Red Bulls crashing at the same barrier but on opposite sides. That's quite funny as well, but I guess it is what it is. Well, I hope he apologised. But as we see here, Alphanesis losing out to the Mercedes in turn number 14, I want to say. Or 15, sorry. Then 16. And he's now down to P number 2. And the McLaren will probably be all over the back of the AlphaTauri now. So we'll see what happens here. Not much going on, but the McLaren is really, really close. So he'll be looking to make a move. Hopefully soon as you know, the longer you stay behind the car with the slower tyres, the more advantage of gap time you lose because the car in front will just gap away, as that's already happening, and that's what Supply Raptor is trying to do. Oh, got another pen. That's an F in the chat. Not a good day for Red Bull. Penalties, and yeah, not a good day, but they come better, mighty and stronger in Spa or Belgium next weekend, so we'll see how that one gets on. Ryan, like I said, Ryan's just taking his time to get. He's got a time penalty, but yeah, we'll see if he can do anything there. As Andrel is losing out a position, or Ardell, sorry, losing out a position to Era in the McLaren. The McLaren, or should I say the Papaya McLaren, looking to make up a few more positions here. So we'll see how he gets on. And may I just say, Alphanisa is starting on pole position in qualifying, leading for almost 15, 16, 17 laps. And now the 1 second gap has broken open, and Supply Raptor has done it. And I believe he's not going to get the hint of DRS. So the only person that's going to get a hint of DRS is the McLaren of Axe. So does that mean, once we get to lap number 20, when the DRS should be activated, does that mean Alphanisa, instead of going forwards, is unfortunately going to start going backwards, as he's on the harder tyres and the slower tyres at this moment of time? So if it is, that is really unfortunate for him, as I thought he would have pitted on the safety car, but he didn't want to, so that's not a problem at all. As Ferrari up, making up a move on Ardell, I believe, and that's Ferrari up to P number 12. And we've got Bio saying Potato going to crash. Potentially. We'll see what happens. And my prediction is so far happening. McLaren passed in turn number... I wouldn't say on that massive DRS straight of 5 and 6. Turn 7, the McLaren has passed. And turn number 9 now, the McLaren are probably trying to run away and catch up to P number 1. And maybe Roman in the Mercedes will try and catch up. And... try and take the final podium position away from the AlphaTauri drivers. We saw yellow flags for Ardell, and that was him going straight on, I believe, at turn number 8, which is not ideal. But he might have damage, as he is taking a few corners a little bit wider than expected. Can't really get a decent camera angle, so I don't really know. Yes, he has lost the front left-hand side winglet, which is not ideal. So this should be an easy-peasy move for the Haas if the Red Bull makes a massive mistake, as that's going to affect his downforce completely, which is really, really frustrating. As Roman gets a 3-second tyre penalty for multiple warnings. So it's been a bit harder for Roman because, you know, Roman's now got to get past Alphanesis and then build a 3-second gap, which might be a little bit of a struggle, but see what happens. We will see what happens as Goose Slayer is going wheel to wheel in the tricky corners of Sector 3 now. As they're both into the pit lane, so there might be a retirement from the session. The Red Bull getting a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but I think he's retired and he's had enough, which is probably what's going to happen. Maybe not. He's going to change his wheels and stuff. Oh, never mind. He has retired. And so has Goose Slayer. So we've lost, I want to say, 5 people from the race so far, which is not ideal, but Axe in the lead so far, and Alphanesis, wrong button there. Oh, I'm so pressing the wrong button. Struggling, well, not struggling, but just on the slower tyre. So the mediums having the advantage, but Alphanesis is back in DRS range, or is he? I think he is. Of the cars up ahead, but I realise that's on leader. That should be on that. So intervertical. GG's to that. I'm a little bit silly there. So, Alphanesis will probably just chill in the DRS of the drivers up ahead and not really choose to battle. So, we will see what happens there. As Roman is still in the DRS range of the AlphaTauri. So, we've got another DRS train, a massive one almost, from P number 8 up to P number, you could say 1 really. So, yeah, just a really big train at the moment, and we will see if anything changes, as the Mercedes is getting quite close to the McLaren, and then not into turn number 1. So McLaren versus Mercedes this race, who knows? You never know. As yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens and see if anything crazy does happen. But right now, all Alphanesis will try to do is just stay in the DRS and just save his battery and save, I wouldn't say save tyres, just go all out and see what happens, as there's another Haas into the pit lane. And I believe that is Merc also quitting and retiring from the race, which is unfortunate, but it happens. So hopefully he comes back better and stronger. So yeah, we will see what happens with him at Spa next weekend, which is going to be quite an interesting race. As if I'm correct though, I saw Alphonsus going a little bit too deep there, or just not having the grip like the mediums have right now. Lap 22, and we're not far from the race finishing, and we could potentially see Alphonsus lose out to a podium position if VSR Jack decides to get past and get a little bit of a move on, get past the Mercedes, and then can attack on the AlphaTauri up ahead, as this is quite a tricky track for overtaking. And Roman also so close to losing the DRS range of the car up ahead. So the Mercedes of Roman not having the pace. So the Aston Martin will be wanting to get past quickly, but the Aston Martin's also going to have pressure from Ryan behind, as Ryan is really close. So maybe he might look for a run into turn number 5, but maybe not, as he had that massive snap of whatever that was, oversteer, understeer, whatever it was not ideal for the Ferrari driver. And now he's going to be gaining and gaining, but I don't think he will gain enough to make it happen. But what I'm seeing here on my screens right now is Alphonsus is almost 1 second away from Supply Raptor, which is not ideal because that means he won't get the hint of DRS. So he's trying to tap the battery and stay intact with the guys up ahead. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Or it might do. We will see. Hairpin section now. It is now officially going to be 1 second, but he will get the glimpse of DRS. So if he can hold on just a bit, then he will be okay, as he uses that battery to burn it a little to stay with the front 2 runners. But so far it just looks like it's not going the way for the AlphaTauri, as we've got yellow flags, and that's another safety car. That's Wingo who's caused that. So now the tables turn once again this side to Alphonsus' side to really help him, and I'm going to see anyone go on the soft tyres. Can the softs last that long? I don't know, but never mind. No one from the front 3 are boxing. The front 2 has stayed out. Alphonsus has stayed out. Roman has boxed for a fresh set of medium tyres. Not a bad idea for him there, but he will lose quite a few positions there. So probably not the best idea for boxing, as there's a lot of drivers behind him as well into the pit lane onto a fresh set of medium tyres, it seems, and front wing changes as well, left, right and centre. Yeah, just general tyre changes, front wings, all for a fresh set of medium tyres. So they might get the advantage here on the restart on, I want to say, lap 27 or 20, honestly approaching lap 28. So yeah, now we've got to find something to talk about again. Chat, if you're alive, help me out here. Do help me out, chat. Right then, I am back having a quick sip of my lovely drink, must say. Absolutely tremendous there. Softs will die off after 2 or so laps. Medium's the better option on the safety car restart. True. That is true, Under. I didn't think of that, as I am half asleep right now. But we do push on through, you know. We push on through. But so far, I must say, we have seen quite a lot of content and activity at the Marina Bay Street Circuit of Singapore tonight. There's been a lot of things going on. A fantastic qualifying, you could say, session or side to watch. Unfortunately, quite a few DNFs from the race, but that is to be expected as it is Singapore. It's quite a tough track for some drivers this season to get used to. Yeah. And now we've got 2 safety cars. And we're going to see if VSR Jack could probably make a move up on Alphonsus to take the last finishing 3rd podium position. I did a league here recently. Did mediums in the last 3 laps. Called the leader a lot on the 3rd lap. So if they pit, mediums is the option. Okay, yeah. I mean, some drivers did. I can show you the tyres. Some drivers did. As you can see there, 1 lap holds for P9, P10. And some going on the softs, which is an interesting one. Don't really know what's going on there. Softs definitely not the way. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to go with the flow and we'll see what happens. But it looks like we're going to get a restart on lap 20 or onto lap 26. So, yeah. Yeah, they are. And as I can see, you've got Chandler, Wingo and Mozzie on the softs. So only the last 2 laps, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So that's quite an interesting strategy for some drivers there. Aspotato gaining a position on the safety car. Huh? I don't know what's going on there. Interesting. They are also only good for track position. Once you don't have that track position and can't defend, well, you're screwed. That is true. That is true. But the safety car is in this lap, so we're going to get a restart on lap 26, or to approach 26. Now the McLaren this time is going to back up the pack of everybody else. And what I can see, which is not ideal, that Alphanistis is not in the lobby. So I believe he has been disconnected, which is not ideal. That means he's going to lose quite a lot of positions under the safety car if he doesn't get back in game quickly. So that really unfortunate for the AlphaTauri there. Oh, and he's back in game, so all is good. Panic, crisis averted. We're going to go on board a P4 this time to see if we can get a really good launch or anything, and see if we could pounce on the AlphaTauri. So we see what happens here. We get green racing once again here at the Marina Bay circuit. The Aston Martin has switched on the battery. Is he going to possibly go for a dive into turn number 1? No, he's not. He's going to hold off and wait to go maybe for a little bit of a dive on turn 5 to turn number 7 maybe. As the Ferrari, what an amazing catch there. Ryan, what a save. But I have to give an unfortunate credit to Era there, who got caught or tangled up in some sort of collision. Ferrari not as well. Some drivers getting tangled up in that one, which is not ideal. So I'm guessing someone taking the corner a bit wrong, and yeah, not ideal. But right now, on board with Jack, who is really close to Alphanesis, and maybe looking to potentially get past, as we've got yellow flags, and that's Era, who's spun around. Position 14, 3 second time penalty. His race is done and dusted, really. Can say it there and now. Which is not ideal. Well, the Aston Martin will keep his chill and cool right now. And just relax and wait until the DRS is activated on lap number, I want to say 28. Yeah, I'll say 28. 28 is when the lap of DRS should be activated. And I believe Supply Raptor and Axe are trying to run away. And I bet you Supply Raptor is trying to run away from Alphanesis as well, as we get a position change or position swap from Ferrari Nut, and he has done and dusted past FGE, as Era is currently stopped on the track right now and looking to move once again, and yellow flags in turn number 18, and that is FGE, who's got no front wing either, so that's quite unfortunate. That's Era's, what I said, race done and dusted. He's got no front wing, so there's not much he can do there as he crashes. And looking to maybe and potentially make his way back to the pits. So, quite unfortunate for the McLaren there. But the team at Axe managing to break out a 1 second gap. Same with Supply Raptor. Almost breaking that 1 second, which is going to put Alphanesis under a lot of pressure very soon in this race. Lap 27. One more lap, and then DRS is activated. Era in the pit lane now, probably looking to retire from the session, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But hopefully he will become better and stronger in Spa at Belgium next week. So that's going to be a good track to watch out for. Trust me, you're going to enjoy it. It'll be a good one, especially if it's raining. Or if it's raining, then we're in for a treat. Alphanesis, though, maintaining the gap with P3 right now. And VSR Jack is struggling to stay in under that 1 second. As you can see right there, it pops up to 1 second and goes down, then pops up and pops down. It's just all a bit over the place right now. So hopefully he can stay in range as DRS gets enabled on lap number 28. Not long till this race is over. And now we're going to see what his straight line speed is on the Aston Martin. Right on board of him, shall we? And let's see what happens. Not much battery to play with, though. And the straight line speed on the Aston Martin looks really, really good as well. So now VSR Jack can just reel in... Alphanesis if he can keep close enough. As Chandler making up position to P number 7 now. Yeah, really. As we've got yellow flags for Era, who was spun in the tricky hairpin area of turn 11 and 12. And your race leader about to approach and lap his teammate, which is not a very nice sight to see if you get what I mean. He has lapped his teammate. Supply Wraps is still in P2. P3 still on for Alphanesis right now. What I can say, Jack is still in DRS range, but he just struggles in Sector 2, I believe. And that's where Alphanesis is really benefiting and gaining all that time back and stuff like that. So, yeah, quite a struggle for the Aston Martin right now. Maybe he's settling in for a P number 4. Or potentially, maybe for a pole or something, as there is a safety car once again. And no one's probably going to box, so it's probably pointless of boxing. Was that an intentional crash, was it? Was it? I'm not surprised. I had rear wing damage. Uncontrollable car. I mean, it is what it is. If you have damage, you have damage, you know. But right now, as we can see, the McLaren of Axe is just looking to burn fuel. So that's his plan, and that is his objective. So that's what he is going to try and do: burn that fuel, so he can get on with the race at hand, at stake, which will probably be in at the end of this lap. So we will see what happens. Yep, in this lap, in lap 30, the penultimate lap of the race for your race leader, sorry. And we're only going to really get 2 laps of racing. So we're going to get this lap when the restart happens, and then 1 more lap, and then that is it. So now it's all go, go, go for battery draining. And can Alphanesis defend P number 3 from Jack? It's going to be crazy. We're going to see what happens. Not had one of these restarts before at a league race, so see what happens. So the McLaren backing up the pack right now, right on board of P number 4 to see what his reaction time is going to be on the Aston Martin as we approach the penultimate lap of the race. And I must say, the McLaren getting a horrible, horrible restart. And that's put the Mercedes all over the back of the McLaren. It's turn number 1 now. No positions gained whatsoever. Alfa Nissan is looking and seems to be maybe looking to make a move, but the tyres just ain't working, which is not ideal, as we have yellow flags, and that is Potato having a moment there in Sector 1, which is not ideal. I can do, yes. Let me do that for you as we get on board with our race leader. So, the fresher medium... Ooh, wrong button. I keep pressing wrong buttons. What's going on with me? Is Roman. 6 lap old tyres, but he's got a time penalty, which is not ideal. And then you have Wingo on the softs. Ferrari not on 6 laps, so yeah. Yeah, Roman is on the fast ones, but time-wise, in my opinion, he's not really gaining much at the moment due to that safety car. So, yeah. I mean, he seems to be getting close to the drivers, don't get me wrong, but it's just a restart because he's got to build that gap. But Alfa Nissan right now, quite close to the back of Supply Raptor. Jack as well, quite close to the back of Alfa Nissan. It's all getting very tense and boiling down to the last couple of moments, you could say, as the McLaren of Axe is going to approach the final lap of this race, and he will now drain the battery and lead them away as the Mercedes, wow, goodness me, Roman goes way too wide, and that could invite anyone, it doesn't, no, anyone who wanted to get past is staying behind. So, here we go then, the last lap of this race. Is Jack going to be close enough to get a podium position? Is Ryan shaping up a move, looking to make any positions left, right and centre? Maybe we will see into turn number 7 now. Nothing quite yet, but we do have Alfa Nissan all over the back of the Mercedes of Supply Raptor, so we'll see if anything happens here. Maybe into the little hairpin section. If Alfa Nissan is close enough, he might go for a little bit of a cheeky dive bomb. You never know. It just all happens with corner exits and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens into the hairpin section now. We want to get a really good exit here. Some drivers going a little bit too deep, like the Williams losing out there. Mozzie up into P number 9 now. The Aston Martin of Ferrari up. Maybe looking to get back into the points, but the Williams is looking to fight this one back. Looks up a little, which is not ideal, which allows Ferrari to have a little bit of a wiggle at the corner exit, but up into the points. So not bad there. Looking elsewhere on your grid, no positions left, right and centre. Maybe some late lunges on the way very, very shortly. But I must say, it's been an awesome race today. Awesome racing, awesome qualifying. VSR Jack making a massive mistake. Axe is going to cross the line and take the win here at Singapore. Supply Raptor P2, Prix 3 for Alfa Nissan. Jack up to P number 4 after that mistake from, I want to say, Ryan there. But wowzers, what an end that was there. Alfa Nissan on the hard tyres, managing to defend from behind. Awesome, 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 awesome that was. Awesome to watch. That was really intense, you know. Really intense. Yeah. There you have it. Race done and dusted. Alfa Nissan was like leading like 15, 16 laps. Boxed the hards. Lost out to Axe and Supply Raptor. So, yeah, AlphaTauri could have had the win today, but safety cars came into play. Box for hards, which is not ideal. So, yeah, not bad there. So, let's have a little bit of a look. Would anybody in the chat, if you want one, would like an interview? If so, do go ahead and join the Discord VC, and I'll be there in a second, which is in the BRL Discord, to be the general one, if you guys want to have an interview, as I can't do Xbox, as I'm only on PC, so if you would like an interview, then just head to the Discord area of the general VC channel thing. As I'm going to have a look to see if anyone would like an interview. So bear with. But guys, let me know. Who is amazed of that dramatic end, shall I say, to that dramatic end to that race was just crazy, to be honest. So yeah, we will hop in the general VC. So if you want an interview, feel free to join, and then I will undeafen when I've got everything set up. But yeah, just sit and wait now to see if anyone would like one. If not, we'll just end it on a good note. And then you got tier number 2. So yeah, awesome racing today, guys. We've got Alphanesis in the chat, so we're going to get everything set up in a bit. So I'm going to put you guys on a quick, like, AFK screen. I'll get everything set up, and I will be right back. So, guys, trust me, I will not be too long. I promise you that. So don't go anywhere. I'll have a very nice chat with Alphanesis. I'm going to get everything set up. I will not be too long. Ciao in a couple of moments. Alright then, I am done and dusted, got everything set up, and I am joined by Alphanesis. Alphanesis, hello, and how are you doing today?
I'm a little bit glad, at the same time a little bit frustrated. I definitely had the race pace for the win, and I don't know what order of events happened, but yeah, I'm just very sad about just losing a very dominant possible win.
Yeah, I can see you had a potential there, especially in qualifying, you know, going really, really quick and stuff like that, keeping a good qualifying pace, and then leading for ever so long, and then, like you said, boxing, and then a safety car coming out, and then everyone boxing for mediums, and then everyone having the advantage of the fresher rubber, and of course the pace advantage. But yeah, tough race for me today, but I'm guessing you'll be happy to take P3?
Surely, I'll be superbly happy to take P3, especially considering the other drivers had fresher set of rubber. And especially because I was on the hards, I didn't think I would be able to defend that position. But yeah, I think that's a well fought P3 on my side.
Yeah, I could say you under a lot of pressure from the drivers behind as well, but managed to keep you cool and managing to just keep the car under control as well. No major mistakes from today, really. You know, just quite smooth on the throttle, and no major like moments. Just nice and chill. awesome race from you today. But before I go over to the other drivers, we've got what is it? Spa next week, Belgium. What do you have a feel for a decent time on that track, or what's your thoughts on it? Do you think you can make a
I think I have.
tremendous entertainment, if you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I have decent times around Spa most certainly. Um, I just need to, since overtaking is more easier around here. I just gotta watch other drivers and try to prevent incidents that happen in, let us say, for example, Hungary and the next race after Hungary, which I forgot, where incidents happen and that cost me dearly. And yeah, I just gotta prioritize more on qualifying. I think with better qualifying comes better results. With
Yes.
a little bit of luck, maybe I can take a race win. But yeah, if I keep up the strategy, most possible, I'm gonna get a few race wins in the future.
Yes, that'd be awesome to see, and I bet you'd be full of joy of that one. Well, it's been awesome hearing from you today. Congratulations on P3 and managing to defend from the drives behind, because I could tell you're under quite a bit of pressure. If there's anything else you'd like to add or not, then feel free to leave or stay listening to the other drivers. But yeah, just thank you for participating today.
Yeah, thank you. This felt a little bit like Crashgate in some sort of way, but nevertheless, more than determined than ever to go for a race win. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
take a bath after this one. Yeah.
awesome. Well, awesome to hear from you, Alphanesis. Absolutely amazing. Well, we move over to Supply Raptor. Raptor, are you there? Hopefully.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, hello. And how do you feel today? How are you feeling? You know, P2 today could have potentially been P1, but ran out of racing laps. And yeah, so let me know, how's your point of view and any exciting moments you had on the track and anything that you could have done better today, maybe, for yourself?
Uh, uh, yeah, I feel like I was burnt in the stove. uh, and yeah, me and Ack was working. I mean, working together, and yeah, we both had a good race. So I mean, uh, yeah, qualifying went well. So yeah, so
Yeah, I would say it went really well for you, to be honest. You know, you had a really good qualifying. But yeah,
yeah,
tremendous racing today. You know, you kept the pressure, managing to get past Alphanesis and then chilling in P2. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely awesome. Um,
yeah,
also, you move
yeah.
over to, like, believe it's Spa, Belgium next week. What are your intentions on that track? Are you decent at that track? Just let me know. How do you feel? Do you feel like you could possibly get a race win or maybe a top five finish or maybe a podium finish? Let me know.
I think
What do you think?
uh, I don't know yet. I may just straight line someone.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best bit I would do. You know, to be honest, you know, straight line speed, go around them. That's the best bit you got with the toe. But yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add? If not, feel free to stay tuned in, listening to the others. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that's it.
No worries. Congratulations on P number 2. Now we're gonna move over to Chandler. Chandler, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. That race was amazing.
I
It was
know,
bad.
I know. Reading the Discord, to be honest with you, um, I did see that you overtook some cars, like 3 or 4 cars into a turn or something. So,
Yeah,
first of all, before we get into anything else, how did that go for you? Because I know you were buzzing
yeah,
with that one.
yeah. Four cars overtook turn three after the second safety car. I did nothing to do that. It was just them all doing whatever it was. I don't know what happened there, but that was 4 overtakes. I think it was second safety car restart or whatever. I don't remember when. I overtook 3 cars in one corner, so I mean, that was happening. But I smashed my wing off 3 times that race and spent most of the race in last place, but I finished fifth. So, dub.
I mean, I would say that's a decent result from today. Unfortunately, you had a few moments in the race that you know you were struggling with tires and stuff like that. And yeah, but like I said, decent recovery to P number 5. Obviously, we move over to Belgium next week, known as Spa. Quite an easy track, in my opinion, not very complicated. Do you think you have what it takes to be P1, top 5, or maybe top 3, something like that, if you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm winning the race next week.
Oh.
I've got my Ferrari esports set up. I'm winning that.
All right, okay.
And,
Well, I'll be placing bets then. I'll get my money ready and we'll see what happens. Oh,
Mm.
it's gonna be quite an exciting one.
it's gonna be a pull to win. So
Well, I believe
fucking shit. Oh my god.
if you have
We're
nothing,
currently in interview. Please don't swear.
I spilled my bottle of water.
oh,
No, not on my computer, but motherfucker. Sorry.
no, that's fine. It's all good. I was gonna say
Yeah.
if you have nothing else to add, then
Don't spill your water. Yeah, fun race.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
No worries. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Right, I believe that's everyone done and dusted for today's interviews. So I want
Wait.
to. FGE. Hello. Are you wanting one?
Hola.
Are you?
Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
How are we? How are we feeling today?
Disappointed. I'm not
Disappointed?
gonna lie. I mean, it felt good to run with some of the quick guys at some points, but getting out on the second to last restart is just, it's disappointing.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Let me know what happened. Was it space or was it just traction or whatnot?
On the restart, I almost lost the car, so there's like a second gap to Ryan.
Yeah.
Then I think heading through turn 3, the car behind just broke too late and took me out, and I think collected another guy as well. And
Okay.
it was just basically a salvage job, and then on the final safety car, I wasn't able to catch up to the pack because I had to stay under a delta, even though I was 30 seconds back on the restart.
GG's to EA there.
I mean, it's annoying, but it's just annoying, but it's promising with
Yeah.
the pace today, considering I've been a back marker for most of my races in this league.
Well, I mean, that's some positivity to take back from today's race. Of course, we move over to Belgium, known as Spa, next week. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like the track, but I'm really bad there, so if I'm able to make it next week, it's not going to be a great race for me unless I start sweating it, so it'll be interesting, but I'm not expecting a lot out of myself, honestly.
Yeah, I can understand that, but like everyone says, practice does make perfect. So if you sweat it out a little, you could get a decent recovery and a decent result,
Yeah.
Right then, well, is there anything else you'd like to add? If not, I appreciate everyone for having an interview today. So if you've got nothing else to add, then I don't know, feel free to leave or yeah, really.
Yeah, GG to everyone. It was a really fun race, even if it didn't go my way, but it's a really fun track, and the driving today was pretty good besides the restart. So,
Yeah.
GG everyone. Thank you.
Well then,
yeah.
hello Supply.
Yo.
How we doing?
Doing good.
No worries then. Alrighty then. I believe we are done and dusted with interviews today. You've got tier 2 literally in 19 minutes. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I believe we are trying to find a commentator, but we can't at the moment, which is quite disappointing. So that might mean that tier 2 won't get a stream today, which is yeah, disappointing, but it is what it is. I could do it, but I've got work in the morning, so Unfortunately, I can't step in. So I feel a bit bad about that one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it on a good note. Make sure to keep up to date with all our socials and stuff like that. And now I'll catch you guys in the next one. But from me, Flynn, take good care. And if you find a commentator for tier number 2, enjoy it well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.